forward for Cincinnati, a 6'6 senior from Long Beach, California, number 33, Terry Nelson. At center for Cincinnati, a 6'10 senior from Monrovia, California, number 44, Cory Blunt.
Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged, what's the deal? Speaking bluntly with C-Blunt and T-Nail. We tell it how it is and all due respect to UC. Connect them Bearcats, we rep, elevate, graduate, we the final two. Still at it like we did the final four back in 92. Let's talk about it. Legends Unplugged with T. Nelson and C-Blunt. Yeah, let's talk about it.
At Cincinnati, take it after.
Welcome back to another version of Legends Unplugged. I am your host, T-Nail.
And I am your man and host, Cory Blunt.
You be vibing. Every time the intro come on, you be vibing.
Man, that song, I just love that song, man.
Yes, sir.
I think we deserve, what you get for a top song, like a top intro? What's the rewards or awards ceremony for podcasts? Yeah, we'll take a Grammy on that one.
It's a podcast award. I forgot what it is, but that's because we're young.
Well,
in this game.
we know it's not on MTV no more because that's over. So,
all right, well, we're back.
We missed it.
And good game. The Bearcats actually won the game against Colorado.
Yep.
I thought they had a lot of positive signs for at least the first half. I thought it was the best half they played all season long.
I am happy. Every time we win, I'm happy. But that game was really important to me, and I knew in my heart that they were going to respond, step up, and show the fans why this logo right here means something, because they knew how important that game was for them, and they came out with the right energy and the right effort to help us.
Well, let's talk about why it's important. Because, first of all, they were 0-3 in conference. 0-4 would have been a deathbed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this league, we haven't even gotten to the meat of our schedule as far as the Big 12 is concerned. And with Iowa State coming in and with Arizona and Arizona State the following week, it's a gauntlet's coming. The Colorado game was necessary.
Not just necessary. That was a good team. They were 12-4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you step up and show up against a team like that, man, you got to take your hat off to them. It was a response game.
Yeah.
We needed that type of response from this team.
Plus, the Bearcats matched up well with them. Just player for player, they matched up really well. And I just thought, Buck Harris's intensity was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I could see when the officials allow, in Big 12 play, they allow certain things. They allow the grabbing sometimes, coming off the screens, holding the hips as he's doing trail technique. He blows up screens, which I love about Buck Harris, is that when you do dribble handoffs, he blows up dribble handoffs. He sticks his hands in there. He got several turnovers, one late in the game that helped seal the game where he knocked the ball off the player's shoe because he's on the dribble handoff. Or if he says in the ice situation where the guy's coming on one side, he's taking him straight up, and then the center will yell ice, he will jump and then try to blow up the handoff by beating the screener to the screen. He drew 2 or 3 offensive fouls because he beat the screener to the spot, and when the screener hit him, he flails to the ground. I'm like, man, this dude his intensity is off the chain.
I saw everything. I had the luxury of sitting in Oscar Robinson's seat yesterday.
Yes.
And, man, I could see the intensity. I saw the energy. I saw the effort. And those guys really came out letting us know, like, man, this is a game that we're going to show you that we can compete at a high level and win.
Yeah.
And they did that. The communication was there. The intensity was there. And that's what we needed, man. They felt every bit that this was a game that they needed to win, and they came out with those intentions to do it.
But also, there was a little added pressure coming into the game.
For sure.
There was some disappointment that fans had expressed with where the Bearcats are coming into the game at 8-8, and Barstool Cincinnati decided that they were going to launch a protest. They were going to come in there and with paper bags over their head to show disgust for how Wes Miller's coached the team, how Cunningham has governed athletics, and how the players are getting paid and not showing the effort. That's what the text, that's what the post was saying on social media. And I saw that, and I was like, oh, my goodness. And I was on the plane, man, and I saw that because somebody sent it to me, and I sent it over to Cunningham, and I said, look, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. And then I saw him, and he looked, and he goes, "It's gonna be tricky." But what was your thoughts on that when you heard they were gonna actually?
I saw it on Barstool too, and I automatically knew that wasn't going to be a representation of what UC basketball is all about. I didn't say anything on Twitter or anything about it because I knew I was coming to the game, and I know if I would have been in that stadium and I saw somebody with a bag on their head, I would have went over there and took it off my damn self.
Correct.
Because we don't need that here right now. We got to rally behind this team, and Wes is our coach. So we have to buy into trying to hopefully encourage these players. That's what it's all about. Let them know that we're a part of the culture just as well. And I understand the frustration. Who doesn't want to win in today's game? But you got to support the team, man, and represent the school at the highest level that we can so we can build on it. We didn't want to put it out there where any other former player or any other former coach that whatever happens will be coming here and would be expecting our fans to show up like that.
I just think that it's too much backstabbing going on in the whole Bearcat community, in the whole sports community.
There it is. It's everywhere, man.
It's everywhere. Just like we love you when you're winning. The minute you start going through some tough times, or if you don't see the progress that you expect to see in your eyes, then text messages and screenshots are being sent all over, and you got to be careful how you respond to this stuff, because if people are sending you text messages and screenshots of other people, they're doing the same thing to you. So they're trying to get a quote from me, trying to get a quote from you, and they send me some stuff, and I'm like, oh man, that's bad, son of a gun. And all of a sudden they'll text somebody else and screenshot my stuff and send it to somebody else, and Terry said, hell no, he don't like this either. Like, I didn't even say that.
Right.
Look at the words.
Exactly.
But it's the culture of sports. It's like we expect, and I said this yesterday, we're like Dallas Cowboy fans. Like we kind of delusional in how we respond to our program and our history and our success. We act like every year we're supposed to win a national title. Like, when the last time you've been in the Final Four?
It reminds me of the time when I bought my grandmother a microwave.
Uh-oh. What happened?
So I buy this microwave, and she likes to warm her coffee up on the stove. And I'm like, Grandma, you don't have to do that. Put it in the microwave. I don't want to use that thing. Put it in there and watch. So the coffee got hot real fast. And she's like, oh, this is okay. I like this now. So when I wasn't there, she went and put the coffee in there and put aluminum foil on the top of it.
Oh, no. Did she blow it up?
Blew the whole thing up. Now she don't like microwaves no more. That's what we're dealing with in today's game. As long as it's working for us, we love it. As soon as it doesn't work, we want to get rid of it. So exactly.
Come back, she got that little shower cap on, there's some smoke coming all out of her head.
And mad at me. How you buy this stupid thing? I'm like, Grandma, you weren't supposed to put aluminum foil in there. I saw it popping. But that's where we're at right now, man. And the whole college atmosphere is like that. Other coaches are going through that. I sent you a text today about another coach going through that, man, and from another coach who I really like as a coach, and he's feeling the grunt of that type of same situation. So,
that's Travis Kelce. So that's
Oh, I didn't want to throw, but
we're name dropping here. This is a podcast, brother.
Okay. I might want to go to a Louisville game one day.
Well, he ain't saying nothing. He didn't respond to it. Coaches don't hear that stuff, because they got a lot to go over. But fans are fans. So on social media, somebody who doesn't like it could be 99.9% of the fans behind you.
Yeah.
One fan who doesn't like it for whatever situation, whatever it is, he has the freedom now to go on his phone and say what he doesn't like, and then a radio host or somebody will take it, put a graphic to it, and start sending it out for clicks and likes. And before you know it, that thing is going viral. And that's kind of the sentiment. We had some grown-ass man show up at the coach's show with a paper bag over his head. Somebody took a picture and said, I can't believe this is happening, and posted it. The lady might still be in this room over here. And she posted, and everybody was like, is that true? So I had 3 people send me different angles of pictures, because several people who were there were taking pictures like, this is crazy. And then next thing you know, the idea came out of, you know what, maybe we should start a student protest. This is bag day.
Oh, that's where it stems from?
That's where it stems from.
Okay.
So we're gonna show up, and we're gonna have bags over our heads. And I'm like, wait a minute. I instantly start thinking about our program legacy, 125 years.
Yeah, definitely.
And everything that we went through, and everything that we did to help bring this organization to prominence, this school and athletic department to prominence, not just basketball, but football and all the other stuff, football, basketball, You have all this stuff going on, and before you know it, we got people now that's trying to tear it down because they don't like what's going on. Do you know what it would have been like if we would have had students wearing paper bags all over the student section? How that's going to go viral.
Yeah, but that's what sells today, man. Negativity sells, so who knows what it would have did for us. But that's the dynamic of where we're at right now. But they're mad because of the situation. You got to look at it like that, too. These kids are not amateur athletes anymore. They're getting paid
They're pros.
Big money to perform at a high level, and fans' expectations should be high because of the way the dynamic of how college sports is now. So you're going to have some times where people just ain't going to love you, man.
Yeah.
And I know for us, just to revert back to our time at playing college, we went into other people's gyms where we know they didn't love us. But what did we end up doing to reverse that love?
Oh, smack that ass.
Yeah. So that's all that's all we have to do here is start winning, man. And the culture, I don't think that would have destroyed our culture, but it would have brought some questions to who we are as Bearcats on the individuality side, if that makes sense.
We're not talking about NIL, people that's putting money into the collective in NIL. We're talking about students. They have nothing to do. They're not paying these athletes. They're the ones that's paying for their school.
Right.
Whether it's through scholarship or whether it's through, mom and dad's paying out of their own pocket to put them through school. Yes, they got to go to work in order to pay for their apartment or get some spending cash or whatever. But their stuff is paid for. So if they don't like something, they're going to orchestrate and put together a group of people to try to override or overthrow this basketball government, so to speak, and they're going to do
want to
certain
win,
things.
right?
They want to win,
right?
But there's more than one way to do it. You see somebody say, "This is a good idea. Let's put paper bags in our head." How about holding a town hall meeting? How about saying that if you're so frustrated with UC basketball, if you're frustrated with UC athletics, why don't you put Cunningham in a room and say, "Look, all of us as students, we're going to come and we're going to ask questions. We're going to ask you, put you to the fire. What's going on?" And Cunningham will be able to take it. He's like, yes, get the heat off my coaches because I hired these guys. Right. Voice your frustrations. I'm trying to hear you. Let's come to some solutions and let's support our Bearcats. Instead, they decide to try to put a Bearcat over a paper bag over their head and go out there and shame. And how you going to cheer on? First of all, you pay for your tickets. This is not like non-conference tickets where they're free for students. Conference tickets, they got to pay like $150, $125 for their conference tickets. They paid their money to come sit in a stand. It's going to be hot. So they're going to be cutting holes in there, cutting holes in the mouth. They're going to be breathing, putting the bag up in the air, trying to do whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if I would have received that well if I would have saw students with paper bags on their heads.
Well, in all fairness to the students, I had so many people during the course of my career, especially here at Cincinnati, say, one of the reasons I chose to come to the University of Cincinnati because I loved your basketball program.
That's right.
And they love what we did. So those same students probably would have reacted a little different if we weren't able to have the success that we had. So now we're talking about this generation with the Barstool account, the ability to promote whatever they want to promote to their audience. And that was for their audience, which are the students.
Yeah.
And the students want to rally. They want to start, let's show my disappointment in this thing. And that's what they came up with. Is it the right way to do it? Of course not.
Right.
But if you want to get some recognition for being known for something, you got to tip your hat off to Barstool for a hell of a promotion they were trying to pull off. But the good thing about it, the Bearcats said, not in our house. They came and played they showed up, man.
They showed up. And the fact that the best first half I thought I seen this year.
I agree.
Up by 18 at halftime.
Yeah.
But
against I thought that team competed at a high level. It was a good team they was playing high-level basketball against, too.
You know what Cincinnati's problem is? They're not getting blown out by teams.
Right.
They had the Georgia game that got away from them, and they down by 27 in the first half of Clemson game. But their problem is finishing. They're going to compete to the highest level. They're going to come and show you that we're capable of doing this. And so, and part of my take charge of the day is I want to see our bigs dominate like we have been these last couple of games.
Yeah.
We haven't shot the three ball well.
Nope.
But what we can do is we've got two guys that are capable. Our length is incredible. Like, we dominated in the paint against UCF, and then we dominated in the paint against Colorado. when Mustafa Cham catches the ball, he's such a good shot. When he catches off the block and he turns and faces. I don't like when he plays with his back to the basket. He shoots a turnaround. He's semi-successful there. But when he turns and faces, his mid-range is
12
good.
12 and in, 15
12 and in, man.
Yeah.
He just free throw line jump shots. He caught it in a short corner, turn face, made his shots. I like that. I like when Baba Miller gets every defensive rebound and starts to break. And I see guards are still calling for the ball, and he's looking at him like, no, get out the way. I can bring it up. And when he brings it up, he's got the advantage in transition because the guy who's guarding him is 6'9", 6'10", can't move their feet like he can.
Yeah.
So he crosses over, gets to the basket, finishes with the left hand. He finds shooters in transition. If you shoot, he gets offensive rebounds. When he dominates the charts, the stats of rebounding, offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, block shots. He had a couple block shots. He didn't even jump. He just stood right there and used his length over the top. What I need more from our bigs is I need them to be a little bit more forceful in the middle. I want some nastiness. I think just like defensive lineman in football, big man in basketball has got to be nasty. Mustafa played the entire pretty much 32 minutes in the UCF game, had 0 fouls. 0 fouls. And I'm like, there's no way in the world my big man who's nasty, blocking shots, he's in the middle of everything, has 0 fouls. You're supposed to get 2 fouls from playing hard.
Did he have any block shots yesterday?
He did. Yesterday he did. He had 2.
Okay.
At UCF he had 0.
Okay.
And yesterday he had 2 rebounds. Okay. So we got to get him back. His offense has shown up, but we got to get him back to playing defense because he is an incredible defender. His length, how he attacks baskets, but too many guys are making shots right in front of him. Right. He's just standing there. He's out of position. Guys will attack him. His arms are moving, but his feet's still standing there.
Right.
He needs to jump rope.
Right.
He needs to jump rope 10 to 15 minutes every day. 5 minutes is good for a jump rope because it's so repetitive. He's got to develop more quick twitch ability. But big men need step slide drills like we should do in junior college, in high school.
I remember the podcast before we were talking about him, and you made a point that he was playing tight.
Yeah.
The last couple games, I've seen him stretch out in the zone. So I'm like, maybe he's listening to us or something. But he's using his length and commanding his spot in space on the floor a lot better these last few games than before.
He's first of all, he's still learning.
Yeah.
He's a young basketball player. But when you're in the back, you got to be the one talking. You got to be the one calling the screens out. You got to be the one. You got to be the Draymond Green, so to speak, calling out coverages. You have to understand this because the guards don't see the screen coming. The guards are trying to get through. The guards are trying to, you don't want to get hit by a screen. They come over the top of that screen and knock down a 3 because you didn't say anything. So he's got to be the one talking. Baba's got to be the one talking. The beauty of it is they got the length, they got the talent, but they got some of the most quietest guys on the team. Like a lot of those guys, and Day-Day had to grow out of that because Day-Day never talked. He's talking a lot now. He's taking on leadership. But they got a bunch of guys that they're so locked in, they never speak.
I was there. I thought they did a better job of that last.
Yes,
they were vocal. Like
you
I
was
said,
right there.
I was right there, man. I got to see them actually communicate more than I had ever seen any other game I went to.
Yeah.
So I think they know that that's an important component for them to be able to win games. Now that was one game. Now you got to be able to consistently build on this.
Yeah. So let's talk about that because
what do you expect? I think based on where they're at and the conference that they know they're going to have to be able to do that on a consistent basis, and we'll see the outcome of that.
Think about where they are. They were 8-8 coming into that game.
Yep.
They had just lost a heartbreaker at UCF, and to come out and play their best game of the year at home. Shout out to Wes Miller. He takes a lot of heat because they're 9-8, and they have lost games that they should have won. It's closing. He's been talking about it. He understands. It's closing. But to have those guys prepared, locked in, and blocking out the noise.
Right.
There was a lot of noise over the campus the last 2-3 days.
Definitely.
With the protests. It's getting to the, because Wes is not on social media, but the players are. So they're hearing it. They're seeing it. People are in their DMs, screenshotting, sending stuff. And you got to sit as athletes in your dorm, in your apartment, letting this stuff, meditate in your head over and over and over again, how the fans are displeased with you. And people are, a lot of them cut their access to DMs off. So they have, sometimes they have the media, the sports media for UC control their social media. A lot of them aren't even on social media. They just have people post their pictures and do all that stuff for them because they don't want to get involved with it because they're trying to live their lives, focus as college students, do whatever. They deserve the money that they get. But the people try to make it seem like they're at fault for getting paid for doing what they're doing, for being a revenue source for the athletic department. It's like, no, it's revenue share now. They get money, the athletic department gets money, and we try to do things in unison. We're going to go out there and give you the best product available. Now, are we losing games that we should be winning? Yes, but it's tough. The Big 12 is tough, man. College basketball, the landscape has changed because money has changed the landscape. No longer is the SEC the dominant sport, dominant conference in football.
Yeah.
Why? Because they used to have the biggest bag back in the day. Even when it wasn't, when you couldn't pay, all of a sudden they just keep finding ways to get the best players in the country when you quote unquote couldn't pay. But now everybody has a budget, and the Big 12 has a budget too. They took away a lot of that talent, and the Big 12 is now the biggest.
Well, I mean, everybody has that same situation as far as the money, right?
Yeah.
So now it's more on the coaching, don't you agree?
Yeah.
So what is the deciding factor to be able to determine if the coach is the right coach? What do you look for to be able to decide if he's doing his job at a high level besides wins and losses?
Growth.
Don't you want to see development?
You want to see
growth?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that these teams that are winning are able to show that they're developing and growing their players. We have to be able to do that at this point, especially if we're going to be paying guys, because the fans, they know this now. It's public knowledge. See, in the NBA, your salary it used to be in the USA Today. You know, everybody knew how much you was making, and if you was making a lot of money and wasn't performing, well, they didn't wear bags, but you was going to get booed or traded. You know, it was quick, too. It wasn't, you didn't get a long time. Well, now we're here with this. You don't get a long time. You don't get time no more. You got to be able to play now and show your worth now, or you're either going to go seek another opportunity somewhere else, or these fans are going to let you know now.
What do you think about contract lengths for college sports? I think.
But you put minimums on them as far as time?
I think like 3-year contracts should be what you start out with for new coaches you're hiring. I know you want to do 5 years because it helps with recruiting.
Yeah.
But I think 3 is enough to say, look, you are the perfect guy for our program, and we'd like to build and give you another extension. Because if you can't turn a program around in 3 years,
I think by the old rules, 3 years would be suffice. But I think now, man, because you're going to get this constant rotation. You don't have no guarantees that these guys are going to commit to allowing you to develop them.
Correct.
They'll get disgruntled and say, I'm out of here, or family members or anybody, and they'll say, I'm out of here. So, you know, that's the thing that's the difference now. We gotta really pay attention to that. This transfer portal has really changed the game. I'm trying to get out of the old school mindset that old school basketball is the way to go because I'm an old dude. It's here now, man.
That's right.
We have to adapt to this 3-point ball that's being shot more than probably ever before in the history of the game, and knowing that a 33% shooting percentage from the 3 is something to brag about.
Yeah.
Like, that's where we're at when you really look at it. And that's the thing that you're going to have to really just say, all right, I love the game of basketball, and this is how it's going to be played now. And it's new for us. Anybody over 40 is new for us.
You can't put new wine in old wineskins because the people with the old wineskins don't want the new wine.
Right.
They don't want the change.
Right.
Because everybody keeps talking about, man, back in my day,
Yeah.
you know, man, when I played or when I went to school, like nobody gave a damn when you went to school. Like we had push-button telephones back when you went to school.
Yeah.
You didn't have call waiting. When we was in the dorms, man, and you had to wait till you got off the phone. As soon as you hung up the phone rang because somebody was calling you for 15 minutes and couldn't get through.
Yep.
Nobody want to hear back in the day. What it is today is athletes are getting paid.
Yep.
Everybody's taken care of. Everybody has a level of comfortability.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to show more than ever is your work.
Yeah.
Your attention to detail.
Yeah.
Are you, like, we were broke college students, and we used to come to your dorm every day.
Yeah.
And sit as a team and watch film.
Yeah.
And break it down. And you had and you still that to this day. Like, you still put stuff in the clips in our chat threads and all that stuff. But you watch film every day on back in the day, back in the whatever. But you used to we just sit there and we knew every player on the team that we were playing, what they were doing, just in case we got switched off on them.
Yep.
But it was the thing where there was it's not just the physical ability because, Mick Marotti was making us big and strong. We was lifting 2 days a week even during season. So 3 days a week in the off season, 2 days a week during season. And so we knew we were physically strong. Hugs was making us mentally strong by constantly putting pressure on us in practice, applying what we need to, make sure we did it excellent, not just getting it right, but making sure we can't get it wrong. And then the other part was on us. What are we doing to get better? Our self-study, getting in the, looking at who we're guarding and knowing tendencies. If a guy turns over his left shoulder every time in the post, why are you letting him turn over his left shoulder?
Yeah.
If a guy likes to jab step and go one way, why are you letting him jab step and go that way? When I see scouting reports, what's the use of going on the road in these ballrooms, having the managers tape down a basketball court in the ballroom, going over the walkthrough, going over scouting reports, going over the shoot around, coming back doing another walkthrough, having film sessions, having scouting reports that night, then get there. As soon as the game starts, they do exactly the opposite of what you've been studying all day. That drives coaches crazy. That's why when the first minute of a game would start, the horn would go off, and somebody would sub out when we played, and Hugs would be like, get his ass out of there. And everybody thought Hugs was just tripping.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know how much preparation we put in? 7 walkthroughs? And they go and do the exact same thing that we told you not to let them do during the walkthrough? That's frustrating.
Yeah, I've been a victim of that myself. I done been in huddles and with Hugs, and he drew up something, and what the hell did he just draw up? Then you're supposed to be over there, But that where the communication came in at. That's what's going to have to take place now, especially with the way this team is and the record we have in the conference we're in. I went from the microwave generation. Now it's the air fryer generation. Yes. So you got to really be quick to be able to get it now, man. And man. How do you, in your mind, what do you think that West needs to change that will help these kids understand that they have the ability to win at a high level? And what do they need to do consistently to show it?
He's doing it. Playing time is a motivator of all. When he's shorting that bench, and now his starters are getting 30 minutes a game.
Right.
And the other 3 to 4 is getting, anywhere from 5 to 9 minutes a game. He's saying, no, I'm going to ride and die with the guys that we got that are giving us the best chance to win. And I love that he does that because it gives guys a chance to get in the groove. Now, the guys who are in those 7 through 10, the guys that are not getting those minutes, I know it's frustrating for them.
But that's where I was going. How many of those guys? I thought he played everybody. Seemed like it last game.
He did play everybody, but he didn't play everybody long.
No, you weren't out there long, but you got a shot.
Yeah. So the question is now, if you're in those 7 through 10 positions where you're getting 5 to 9 minutes, you got to learn to maximize it because you're looking at what I did in those. I only got 5 to 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And the coaching staff is looking at what did you do in those 5? Did you set a screen?
Right.
Did you talk on defense? Did you dive on the floor?
Right.
Did you get an offensive rebound? Did you what? How did you contribute? Not just running up, they made a shot, you run back, you guarding your man, whether they score or not, you get the ball out, and all of a sudden the horn goes off and he looks at you, I got you. Like, damn, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You knew he was coming out. Mustafa's going to play the majority of the time. If he's not in foul trouble, he's playing. So the coach needs you to give him a 2-minute breather. You got to learn how to maximize the 2 minutes, and that comes from film study. If you're not watching film and knowing what the other guys like to do and how you can bring your own talents and abilities to maximize a 2-minute window, don't seem like a lot, but trust me, when you're in there, there's fouls, there's whistles, the clock stops, you're looking, and you're like, okay, it's 17 minutes to go in the second half or whatever. And then by 16 minutes, you're out of the game, and you're getting upset. It's like, no, you got to understand how this goes. When he puts me in, I'm giving him a breather. And before he gets back in the game as a breather, I got to do something to make the coach say, give him another shot.
So do they evaluate that plus-minus ratio?
Absolutely.
Do they?
Absolutely.
So that really plays a role in how guys are getting the opportunity to play?
Absolutely. Because if you're on the floor and you are responsible, if you're a part of a group, part of that is coaching as far as lineups. It is.
Yeah.
But if you're on the floor and you are just, shooting shots, getting back, your man's beating you, the guys are scoring, nobody's communicating, it's a bad mixture, bad chemistry on the floor. Mm-hmm. He's going to call timeout, look at that group that was in there for that 3-4 minute span, and they have a negative of a minus 10 during that time, or minus 8 during the 4 minutes. Like, I got outscored while I was on the floor by 8 points. What were we doing? Yeah. And then he puts another team in, and they're plus 8, plus 10. He's going to ride that group much longer.
That's what I would think he would do.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, the minutes. Guys were playing long minutes coming into this game yesterday. So yesterday, Baba Miller played 33 minutes, 52 seconds. Mustafa, 30 minutes, 28 seconds. Day, 32 minutes, 53 seconds. Jizzle, 31 minutes, 4 seconds. Sincere, 27 minutes, 20. He turned it up. Mm-hmm. Tyler was 8 minutes, 21 seconds. Jalen Celestine, 16 minutes off the bench.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
They should be able to play 27 to 30 minutes a game.
Correct.
Effortlessly.
Yeah. But you have to be able to understand that you're almost like superheroes when I like the Legion and all these other, when they bring all the superheroes together.
Right.
Every superhero has a different power. And so in unison, they do great things together against the enemy, both foreign and domestic. When you get in the game, you have to know why. When Celestine gets in the game, it's not because he's great off the bounce. It's not because he's a shooter.
Right.
And when he's in the game, they find him. They know when he's in the game, I got a bailout right now that I can give it to him. And he's good at the pump fake, one dribble sidestep, knocking it down, good at the end of the shot clock. He's clutch. When Tyler's in the game, I know the offense is going to run better because Tyler, when he catches the ball in the post, he's looking for guys on the perimeter.
Right.
He'll wheel and deal and get to where he needs to do. He'll pump fake, find his shooter. He'll get opposite. He just does stuff that makes the offense, and he plays defense. So when you get in the game, you have to know why you're in the game. And a lot of that, when the coach says, okay, you know why I'm about to put you in.
Yeah.
I need you to rebound.
Yeah.
Or so-and-so, this guy is scoring too much. I need you to go shut him down.
Yeah.
Give him an assignment and let him go in there. It's like attack dogs. But when you just say, go get so-and-so because it's 16 minutes and you're supposed to come in at the 16-minute mark, and the guy comes in there and just takes 3 shots in 2 minutes and doesn't get back on defense, or he's getting beat on defense, or giving up a straight line drive, then I understand why when they take you out, you don't get back in for a while.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, well, wait a minute, he's so talented. He didn't even get a chance. It's not the same when you're a fan and when you're a player.
Yeah, I was looking at the facial expressions of some of those guys getting taken out the game.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
And what
Yes.
you saw what I saw?
Yeah.
Frustration?
Yes.
Because they wanted to play yesterday.
Yes.
And they were playing. There's no way you would have convinced me that Day and Jizzle James would have had 4 points combined and we were up by 18. I don't think that it definitely hadn't happened before, but for us to have that type of stretch with those guys not being, far as scoring-wise, being leaders, I would have never thought we'd be able to pull that off against a team like that.
Yeah, but that's partly because we never tried it. We never tried to just lead with throwing the ball on the block and letting them guys dominate.
Yeah.
Baba Miller decided, I'm the best player on the floor.
Right.
And he went out and proved it because you kept hearing all this stuff, Bangkok Dak, this guy's going to be an NBA player.
Right.
And last year, we beat him last year, but he dunked all over us last year. He had disease. He was getting follow-up dunks, left hand, right hand, off the free throw line. I mean, it was incredible. So when you see all these films, you see the previous games that they played, it was highlights all over the place. And so Baba was like, wait a minute. I know I'm going to have to bring the intensity today. And I was talking to an NBA scout yesterday before the game in the media room, and he said, you know what, if Baba can play, because he said Baba shouldn't think he's Kevin Durant, because he's not Kevin Durant. He shouldn't be out there shooting threes. He said, but if Baba can rebound, assist, make plays for people, run the floor, bring the ball up, he's a great passer. Yeah. If he can block shots, if he can do all the other stuff that he does to fill stat sheets, he's a first-round talent.
Instead of Kevin Durant, he needs to be Kevin Garnett.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That'll be a good way to put that, because I was watching the game, and I swear, before you even said that, I'm like, if I was an NBA scout, I'd be very impressed with what this kid did today. Yeah. He put on a show to me yesterday. He put on a show. And I'm sitting there on the floor, and I actually get to see the size of the other team. They had a pretty big team, too.
They did.
And the one kid, I know you know, the heavyset kid, I'm thinking like, okay, now how are they going to establish their position against this big guy?
Elijah Malone.
Yeah, he was a big dude. Yeah. I mean, he was a big dude.
Yeah, he was big.
And I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be their advantage. But then once the game started, I saw that he didn't have too much athleticism. When
No.
he was just big.
No.
And to me, they exploited that.
Yes.
They really went out there, Baba and
Chom. Yeah.
Chom. They really tried to get their position and were calling for the ball.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, yeah, that's what we need. You know, I'm talking to them because I'm trying to hype them up like, yeah, that's what we need. And they responded. And I think that should be enough credibility for those two to say, man, we can do this if we get our touches. I remember we talked about, I said they should get a minimum of, I think I said 8 to 10, and you said, no, they need like 11 to 12 touches a game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but you still, you got Jizzle, you got Day.
Yeah. Yeah, we got them.
Yeah.
And there's the game plan is the game plan, but you got to look into it and say where are your advantages.
Right.
Our advantages were inside.
Yeah.
And it seems like in this conference, more than often than not, because you're going to play like Iowa State's going to match up. They're going to play matchup zone, and it's frustrating to play against that. So you got to have guys knock down the shots. So Day, Jizzle, if we can, I know Kirk Creaser may be back when we play Arizona next week. He's getting closer to being back, but they're going to have to make shots. Buck Harris is going to have to bring intensity, but he cannot shoot threes. They're going to leave him open. I'm seeing this more and more.
What is Buck?
I'm seeing this more and more where teams are not guarding him and hoping that he shoots. And that's what they were saying when we went to West Virginia. We said we hope that he shoots and makes his first three because then he's going to think he's a three-point shooter.
Yeah.
He's going to start shooting. And these are turnovers because he's better at slashing. So he didn't take the bait yesterday.
Right.
He got the ball to three and he was looking and he was like, wait a minute, let me attack the zone. So when he attacked the zone, because he has a running start because there's nobody guarding him.
Yeah.
So he can get into the middle. It forces somebody to come up, and that's when the rotation starts. He started kicking to the corner. He started doing dump downs to the bigs, and they start finishing. So if you realize there's a chess game within the game, Buck knows that he's going to have opportunities to make plays because they're not going to guard him. So if they're not going to guard him, he can slither to the paint. The problem with him is sometimes once he get into the paint, he don't see nobody else.
No, he's going straight to
Yeah, he's jumping into you. He's trying to throw it up in the air and trying to get a foul. But he's got to learn to play off 2 feet in the paint. Get there, hop, step, pivot, look for your guys, pump fake, do everything you got to do, and then kick it back out and get out of the paint. Don't just overcommit yourself and throw up something because you hoping to get a foul call when there's a better option to kick it out.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to turn a guy down that's aggressive and try to make him passive. He's going to be aggressive, so some things you're going to have to live with him. But other guys got to compensate. You know he's getting ready to attack the rim, so follow it.
Exactly.
You know, because it might not go in. So follow, get that rebound and put back, and let him be who he is on that team because we need that.
Yeah.
He has to be that staple for us.
And he is that.
Yeah.
And when he brings it, like yesterday, this is the first time I've seen him like this locked in, other than the Dayton game. He was so locked in this game, and you could tell, like when he forces he had 2 steals, and he had 2 plays where he knocked the ball up, 3 plays where he knocked the ball, blew up the dribble handoff. And he stops, and he's like, and he's looking at the stands, and he's huffing and puffing.
Yeah,
and he ain't doing this to flex. It's because he's letting some of the pressure out of his brain because he plays at optimum level the entire time where it seems like he ain't even breathing. He's beating to the spots. He's moving. And then all of a sudden you get a whistle blow, and he's looking around. He's looking at coach. He's looking at his people's behind the bench.
Yeah.
And he's like, I told you can't score on me. Like he has in his mind, I'm the best defender in college basketball.
Yeah, he got them little beady eyes like T-Red had. And they played
and they
kind
played
of
just like, yes.
that real high-level defensive mindset, man. And all of them had that to me at one point at the beginning of that game.
Yeah.
You could just – it was an aura in there. Like Baba, to me, had it. The big fella had it. I mean, everybody came with that sense of urgency, and it was so much needed because what was being said about this – craziness about fans are going to try to bring paper bags to the game. How do you quiet somebody? You win and you kick their butt and let them know that, man, this is what we do and this is how we play.
Here's what I wish what our students would do. Instead of complaining and protesting, how about making the home court advantage an advantage again? You know, back when we played, our fans were nasty. Our students would get on you because everywhere we went, they got on us. We went to Memphis, man, and it was 90 minutes, 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
The student section was It was packed.
Yeah.
They had newspapers, and we would like wipe it off the bottom of our shoes. We were just coming off the bus, and they were like, "Oh, Terry, I know your career high. You're my favorite player. Let me see what it is." Brooklyn, golly, Brooklyn. It said Curtis Bostic. Oh my God, we got the MC Hammer pants. Kurt had on some yellow Hammer pants. Jeff Ruby came with us.
Right.
They was like, "You're the first guy I ever seen, a white guy with an afro." And Jeff Ruby was taking his comb out, picking his hair. He loved it. But they were heckling us the entire time.
Right.
Xavier is a Jesuit school.
Yeah.
They call you everything except the name of God. Boy, I tell you, they
Yeah.
make it tough.
Yeah.
There's students there, they're drunk, they're boisterous, they're loud. I'm looking at our guys before the game, they said they were going to stage a protest. They didn't stage the protest. I seen them as the team's warming up right in front of them. They're sitting down.
Right.
Eating chips, ain't even paying attention. I'm like, our fans don't give us, our student section does not give us an advantage.
Really?
Yeah, we used to be loud and boisterous, loud and boisterous. They don't give us an advantage,
Well,
and we got to change that because when they're loud, when it's a big game, like they'll be this way, they'll be that Saturday, but when they get there, they got to put a little fear into, like, we got such a nice kids that are our student section. They're nice. They're beautiful. They're well mannered. We don't need that. We need you to be the rebellious, sneak out the window teenager that you was before you got to college.
Well, I love the new building. The new building is amazing. But do you remember they used to have the meter that used to show the intensity?
The crowd
of it?
meter.
Yeah, that's not in there anymore. So they could possibly bring that back so the fans can actually see how they're raising the roof.
That's a good idea.
But then the other thing is, all my years of playing in the NBA,
sponsored by Graduate,
and no doubt, or Legends Unplugged, either one of them. But all my years of playing in the NBA, guys who came into the Shoemaker and played against us always would come up to me and say, "Man, y'all fans was crazy."
Yes.
They never forgot the introductions, like when other teams were being announced and
who cares?
Yeah, man. Everybody said, "Man, that was crazy." They be talking about who cares, go home.
Yes, newspapers covering their face. Like nobody cared.
Yeah, that brought that next level arena that we needed to be able to perform the way we performed, and for other teams or players to remember that mean it made a difference, man.
You know what? We got athletes that don't even know who Jaron Cumberland was.
Right.
And he's only a few years ago. Or Jacob Evans or Gary Clark.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about us.
Yeah.
We old school.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if athletes should always do the research on when they go into a school, who are the legends? Who are the guys that played before them, the teams before them? Who are the great teams, the teams that didn't succeed? Fans should also look at the beginning of games and see what you talked about.
Yeah.
The newspaper and how the fans came and really set the tempo and set the tone for the atmosphere. Because Fifth Third Arena, when you walked in there and Hug's coming there with the suit on, with the hair all back, and he looking all serious, and we coming out of our shirts, we flexing our Mick Marotti muscles, we looking all big and strong, and we about to give it to y'all. Game start off, we trapping you from the get-go, and we making it rough and uncomfortable because we riding the emotion of the fans that provided that.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like DJ A-Train. If it ain't the music bumping, it's quiet in there. And I want to see the intensity. Like, we have great history. We've got great legacy. But the fans are just as much part of our success as the players.
No question.
It's the coaching, it's administration, because it takes administration to win championships. It's the players. And it's got to be the fans. The fans have got to be the ones that set the tone for when we come out there, because everything is energy. Energy can only be transferred. It cannot be created. It's got to be transferred. So when they come out of that locker room, they got to be fired up. The fans got to be fired up. You can't just be mad at the guy for what he did last game. It's a different game.
Yeah.
Come on, bring that intensity.
Well, I think our guys let them know that this ain't going to be the place where you're going to be bringing a paper back, because we're going to win tonight.
That's right.
And they came out with that intention to show them that you might as well put them bags somewhere else, because you ain't going to be wearing that in this building tonight.
You had a funny story when you was in Chicago, a guy used to be a heckler.
Oh, the heckler from D.C., when we played the Wizards, he'd sit right behind you. And, I mean...
Was he a lawyer?
He was a lawyer, yep. He was a lawyer. And them guys who had been, had played in the league before me had already told me about this dude, but I'm not knowing. I'm a rookie. I'm just happy to be playing on the Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, all these guys. And so he goes into this heckling thing, and everybody like, don't answer him, whatever you do. And so
don't acknowledge him.
Yeah, don't acknowledge him. And I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, Cory," and I look back like, He said, don't you play forward? I'm like, yeah. He said, yeah, you look forward to getting in the game. Now focus back. I'm like, and they all start laughing. We told you don't answer him. He goes, I never forgot that, man. So, that didn't do nothing but say, I'm going to show you once I get in the game. Now I'm going to prove who I am once I get out there.
It was a guy in Utah the same way.
Yeah, Utah.
It was like every NBA city back in the 80s and 90s, they used to give it to you.
Yeah, man.
But it was like that when we played UAB. It was like that. It was worse than Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis, they had a whole section.
We can't even talk about what they did to us when we played Alabama State.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was crazy. But Herb saved us that game. He had 17 points in a row.
In a row.
It was brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, but our fans, look, we got young kids. These are college students.
Yeah.
And my daughter sits right behind there in the midst of it.
Yeah.
And they need to bring the emotion. We need almost like a, in the GCL League, the Catholic League out here, they always have like a rally guy. The guy's in charge of getting the students together and getting them all fired up. And we need one of those guys in front of our student sections to get us going, because the only time they get all rowdy before the game is when the camera's there trying to get a little shot. And then they're all sitting up like, yeah! And then the camera leaves, they just sit back down and grab their water. And I'm like, no, we didn't getting all excited.
Getting them hyped up.
Because they're a part of our legacy. Like, we want to win.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this matchup coming up with Iowa State? Iowa's number 2 in the country.
Yeah, this is going to be a staple game for us, man. And I haven't had a chance to see them play. I know you got to do your scout and everything, but whenever you got a team like that coming in, you're going to have to compete at a high level. And if you're feeding off any of the energy or any of the accomplishments you made the last game, you want to go up. You do not want to go down.
Yeah.
And I think based off the matchups I've watched them play a couple times earlier in the season, but I saw a team yesterday that if we are able to define our style, and that's them guys, like you say, they got to get their touches, man.
Right.
I think with this team, for those big guys to feel good, they got to score.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So by you throwing them a bone every now and then and letting them get involved in it that way, I think everybody feeds off the momentum. And we should be able to compete with this team, man. This will be a good win for us if we're able to get this back.
What I saw the bigs double down low.
Yeah.
And you talked about the big dude who Elijah Malone.
Yeah.
He couldn't get a shot off.
Yeah.
He only had 5 attempts. He was 1 of 5.
Yeah.
But the length of every time he tried to go down, he tried to back it in. Mustafa had his arms up. Baba would be waiting from behind, and Buck and Day would be digging, trying to get that ball out of there. And once they got the ball out, because remember they turned the ball over like 4 of the first 6 possessions. And the Bearcats got out fast.
Yeah.
Those guys, Day, Jizzle, Buck Harris, they run. Baba Miller. Yeah. You don't have a big man like him. Mustafa runs too, but you don't have a big man like Baba in America.
No, I don't think so.
At 6'11", that leads the break. Whether he has the ball, bring it up, or whether the guards bring him in, fill the lane. No. When he comes, he runs the floor. So he's like a deer. He's long. He's got a long stride, long arms. So if you miss it, or if he's running, the guards are always looking to see who's running with him when they get the ball. They get there and they throw it up or they throw it back. They bounce past it. They throw whatever it is, and he catches it. He dunks on a lot of people. We got to play like that. For Wes Miller, for the Bearcats, every game in league they've been getting better. I thought they should have won that. They could have won the UCF game. They had the lead at the last.
It was 3 or 4 games
seconds,
in that
and then
same situation.
They made that shot, and then Bearcats had the ball with 11 seconds, had to come down.
Yeah.
But they're getting better.
Yeah.
And for the Bearcats, to Wes Miller's credit, he has dealt with a lot. It sounds like an excuse. He has dealt with a lot of injuries. They've had 3 starting point guards. It was Kirk Kriisa, it was Day, and it was Jizzle. And now Jizzle was starting point guard. Kirk Kriisa is out. Kirk Kriisa was having his best game. He's a shooter. He's in a better role when he doesn't have to be the main guy. He can come off the bench and give you scoring. Well, he'll be back next week.
Okay.
Jalen Haynes is close to getting back, maybe February, first week of February 1st.
Now, before you move on from him, because I saw him yesterday. It looked like he lost a lot of weight.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted him bigger. I wanted him bigger.
Yeah, I like the big Jalen, but hopefully we'll see what he can do with this. But I was looking at him yesterday like, man, you done slimmed down a lot.
Yeah,
so,
he slimmed down.
Is that from the workouts or is it what do you think it is?
Yeah, but, you don't have a big, bulky guy on that. Mike Rayfield likes some more lower body fat, make you more athletic, you run faster, because they're supposed to be a running team. They do a lot of running. And Rayfield does a good job of getting them guys in shape, getting them ready. So getting his legs stronger. But even though he's lost weight, He has a big body mentality. He knows how to use his body.
Yeah.
He knows how to get deep post position. He knows how to catch it. It makes him quicker in the post. He can jab step. He can shoot. He can shoot the mid range. The game is going to open up. If once he gets back into a flow, I just don't say the first game he gets back, he's going to be dominant.
Yeah.
But he has another option that Tyler McKinley and Helvin Zealot don't have. Yeah. He's a 20-10 threat every night.
Yeah, you made a valid point. I don't think the fans really even consider that about the injuries that they've had with this team, man. As a fan, you just think about the wins and losses and why we're losing, but
it's right.
Injuries play a critical part on the whole concept of how the style you want to play and how you want to attack and how you want your offensive defensive schemes to be, because you're relying on certain players to bring their attributes to your scheme.
Correct.
And when you don't have them, now you got to compensate or find someone else that could possibly fulfill that role, and that's not always easy to do.
Because sometimes they overextend their role.
There you go.
And they try to do more stuff because they're counting on to bring more energy, because if they have a shooter that's out, and all of a sudden the other guy's like, I need to shoot more. I can shoot.
It's my opportunity now.
Yeah, but all shots are not created equal. It's like a turnover.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not a good shooter, percentage-wise, and you keep taking the shots that you know you haven't made, it's a turnover.
Yeah.
It looks good when it shoots it, then it hits the front of the rim, it bounces long, they get out, they run, and they score. And next thing you know, your lead that you had, the momentum that you had gets killed because guys that are not shooters are shooting the basketball. Yeah. Instead of figuring out a way to attack the basket and get to the free throw line. Yesterday, the Bearcats were at the free throw line. The most they were this season, they were, let me see where were the free throw line, 24 of 35.
Okay.
Whether we're making them or not,
yeah,
those are chipping away at the bigs, the guards. Guys are getting in foul trouble. It's eliminating them.
Yeah.
Some of their best players have to go sit down because they're in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And the Bearcats can play with depth, And I'm telling you right now, the way that Wes Miller is saying, Sean Abayev, you're not there. I like you. Yeah. I love to keep you playing. You're not there yet. So until we can get you to play more efficient, I'm going to go with these longer stretches.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean Abayev is going to have a game in the Big 12, hopefully more than one. But he's going to have a game where he wins it.
Yeah.
He's going to have a game where he gets hot.
Yeah.
Whether it's on the road or whatever, because when he gets hot and he doesn't have to deal with the fans and all this other stuff, and he can get hot, he'd make 2 or 3 in a row. He's capable of giving you 20 off the bench.
Yeah.
He's got to stay mentally sharp. I know as a McDonald's All-American and all the praise that came with that and being pat on the back your whole career, just because you're McDonald's All-American and you see your other All-Americans doing certain things at schools, don't mean that you should be afforded the same grace or you're going to have the same impact.
It's earned, not given.
It's earned.
Yeah.
One of your T-shirts that you have, it's earned and not given.
Facts.
You have to bring what you bring, and you got to adjust. Just because what you were successful on the high school level, don't mean you're going to be what you was at UC, dunking and pointing at the stands and all that. When you got to the NBA,
that not just shoot from junior college to Cincinnati was an adjustment. Junior college, my coach catch the ball on the block and turn around and shoot.
Yeah.
Got here, Chuck had me pump faking.
Yeah.
Get the guy off the ground. Like, man, I don't do that. I had to learn why. Yes. You're going to face guys bigger, stronger, just as athletic, so you have to have a counter move. I didn't have, I'm shooting over everybody. But then once I got to this level, I had to expand my game and work on other things. So it's like you saying, you just got to be able to see that you have to be aware of where you're at, and then knowing that you might not be able to have the same success as you had at that other level, because it's levels to this thing, man.
Yeah. So when I look at going forward, I think getting healthy and defining responsibilities and roles, I think the second half of the Big 12, the Bearcats can go on a roll. I was thinking about this last night after the game when I was watching BYU play last night. BYU's down, and A.J. DeBanza is a great second half player. He just went crazy in the second half. TCU was kind of feeling themselves, and they had a lead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is different, because they were on the road at BYU, and it looked like they were going to come out with the win. And all of a sudden, the superstar freshman showed him why he's a superstar freshman and possibly the number 1 pick in the draft. He went crazy, and I'm like, I understand it, but Richie Saunders was also in foul trouble, so he couldn't play much. So they put it on this guy's shoulder, and he delivered. But
Yeah.
everybody else played within their role and said, we don't have to take bad shots. Let him carry us. We'll pick and choose our times.
Yeah.
And I think because when you have so much depth for a team, when everybody has a license to shoot, and Coach Wes Miller says, as long as it's a good shot, take it. But not all good shots are made equal.
Yeah, which player don't think they making a good shot? I thought every shot I shot was a good shot.
Me too.
From the three, even I don't even know I wasn't making it, but it felt like a good shot.
Terry, why are you shooting that? Coach, I'm open.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're open?
And to piggyback on that, because you brought up that team, I thought Day did the same thing for us yesterday.
Yeah.
I think he scored 7 points or something like that during that final stretch that kind of gave us that lead that we needed to finish that game off with a win, man. And that's the leadership we
need. The
need.
lead got down to 5.
Okay.
Wes Miller calls timeout, and then he runs a set. And this is what happens because before you would see Wes Miller just standing there with his hands under his arms, and sitting there.
Yeah.
Well, he started to be more active in getting guys in position on the sideline, calling more sets from the sideline instead of just letting them go out there and play. That when he called that timeout, they come back out and they're running a play, and they were running Horn's play, and you had 2 guys at the top of the key. You had Jalen Celestine on the opposite low block, Day on the block towards the bench. And Wes says, no, switch.
I saw that.
He says, switch, because
get
I
him
want
out of
you
there.
coming off this action.
I did see
so
that.
So Day ran over to that spot, and then he came off the handoff and got the handoff and went and made a left-hand shot off the glass.
Yeah.
And I said, that is great coaching because that's adjustments. You don't see the little things.
Yeah.
You want to bury them when they don't win. But him and his staff are working to try to find a way. Like, we got the resources. They understand they got the pieces. But utilizing them to make his offense more effective is saying, I know you can do this, but you're a catch-and-shoot guy. Day can catch and shoot, but Day can also put the ball on the ground and score. So we're going to give the guy with the most options, we're going to run this play for Day. And he's deserved it because he's been here the longest. He's been here 3 years. He's earned the right to take those last-second shots. He's been counted on and trusted. And he's a 90%, almost a 91% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
And then he hit a 3. And I said, man, Wes is making adjustments. He's making adjustments that are working. And, people try to get on him a lot because they say he lacks adjustments. Well, maybe that was in the past. Maybe he didn't make the right adjustments. All coaches make adjustments.
Yeah.
But some are pronounced more than others. When the Bearcats score off of those adjustments, when he calls a timeout and the play runs successfully, get a man his props.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was doing it.
Yep.
Well, we got a game in a couple of days, and by the time this thing comes out, hopefully our DJ on the 1s and 2s back there, Chris Carper, can make sure that he gets this thing edited and going on. You gonna have this thing edited and ready to go? You know it. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna get it ready to go. Once again, another episode of Legends Unplugged.
Definitely.
Subscribe on all platforms. We're gonna get there. So if we're not on a certain platform, he's working on it. He's gonna get there. But make sure you get the YouTube and all the other ones. Subscribe. Send this clip out to your friends and family and say, hey, could you do me a favor and subscribe to this? We're growing our viewership base. We want to make sure we get this Bearcat Legends Unplugged out to you guys. UC Legends Unplugged out to the masses for consumption. I am your host, Terry Nelson.
I'm Cory Blunt, and we're also going to have some special guests coming soon, too, so please stay in touch with us.
And my man Cory is going to have some special giveaways in the future. You see this beautiful UC backpack, which will be in the stores, the bookstores here.
Coming
also,
soon.
Would it be available to be purchased online as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming soon, and it's the best. The presentation, wait till you see it. Matter of fact, maybe next time we shoot, you should bring
the bag.
Bring the whole presentation.
No
whole
question.
So let everybody know what's going on.
All right.
So we're going to do it. Legends Unplugged, and we out.